Hey guys, how you doing? Right here again. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, it's Nitro Kyo Show. Back about a month or so back, we lost power in the New England area, and we were out of power for 8 days. It happened just about before Halloween, and it was getting still pretty cool here for late October, early November, and we didn't have any electricity, so we didn't have any hot water either, and we couldn't cook either. So it was a pretty rough 8 days of makes you very thankful to what you have, the everyday necessities. But anyways, I got a couple of new products during that time period. I have one here I'm going to talk about now, and I'll make another video later about the other one. But our house was getting to about maybe 46 degrees when we'd wake up in the morning. It was getting pretty cold and pretty nasty, and having to take showers with cold water like that wasn't too enjoyable. But anyways, during that time period, I had had my iPhone, and I went on Amazon, and I found this. It says the original Mr. Heater Big Buddy. Just about all the stores were sold out of propane, and sold out of these type of heaters, and sold out of portable grills and everything. Generators, you couldn't find nothing. So thank God for Amazon.com. I got this heater, and I bought this because it said it was safe for indoors. Now, we used it indoors in our home, but you still got to use these things responsibly, guys. You can't put this thing in your bedroom and put it on full blast high and shut the door and go to sleep. I wouldn't recommend doing that. We basically moved it around from room to room, heating up each room individually. It has a shut-off built in, where if it reaches a dangerous level of carbon monoxide, it's supposed to shut itself off. It's still a good idea to have, as a backup in your house, carbon monoxide detectors. But like I said, we use this thing responsibly, and I bought the bigger one. Depending, it has your off button, and then to light your pilot here, and then it has low, which would run one of these heaters, and then it has a medium setting, and then it has a high setting, which would turn both of these on. The nice thing about this one, well, quite a few things. One, it has this nice metal tough grill in the front. It's got a nice handle here. It's got nice rubber feet. It's portable. It's not that heavy. But the key to this one is it has a built-in fan. And you put 4D batteries, alright, in the back of this thing here, and that will power your fan. Now, we ran this thing for about 3 days, and we never changed the batteries, so the fan worked good, and it held up pretty good, these D batteries. They also give you some cutouts here in the back if you want to hang this thing in your garage. Now, if you want to use this thing without the batteries and the fan, and if you obviously have power and you're working out in a garage or a shed, you can actually buy the AC, it's a 6-volt DC, connector there, and you can plug this thing into the wall. The underneath of it has an open area for wrapping up the coil, the hose, that you can buy separately, and I'm going to show you that. Well, let me talk about this first. You can I ran the Coleman 1 pound small green propane containers. You can buy just about anywhere, Walmart. I bought a couple of cases of those. What it's saying here, the approximate heating times is really going to depend on how you're running this. The low setting, the medium, or the high. It's saying a 1 pound cylinder, which would be one of those green canisters, this here. They're saying it would last 1.5 to 6 hours. If you were running dual, 2 of those 1 pounders, you could get 3 to 12 hours, depending what setting you're on. And if you can also buy this here, the 12-foot hose and regulator kit, which I bought just in case, and you can run your big tanks, alright, which would be, according to them here, 20-pound cylinders would go about 25 to 110 hours. And if you ran, you can actually buy 2 of these and run dual, you'd get 50 to 220 hours of time, guys. Now, I didn't use the big tank because you cannot use the big tank in the house. They don't want you bringing the big tank in the house for safety reasons. Now, this one also has the dual tanks, which it was more expensive. These open up on the sides. You have your connector here where you'll screw your canister in. Once it's in, these swing down and the door closes. And you have another one on this side, alright, here. So you can run dual tanks. And even with the 2 tanks, it's not that heavy. One thing I found out the hard way is you don't want to carry this thing from the house from room to room like this. Because if you push it forward, the flames, when it's on, will come up and singe the hair on your hand. So if you're going to carry this thing from room to room, grab it like this and carry it backwards, and the flames will be pushed out that way. Or you can just shut it off. But why shut it off when you can just move it from room to room? But on high, this thing puts out some serious heat, guys. This thing goes up to 18,000 BTUs. And if you're familiar with BTUs in like an air conditioner, if you had an 18,000 BTU, and I believe they go that high, but they're hard to find big air conditions like that because they're very heavy. But that puts out some serious air conditioning, 18,000. So if you're familiar with the BTUs on that, you can imagine with this thing. It really puts out some heat, guys. And I give them a lot of credit, this company. They sell these at Walmart. I've seen them at Walmart. You can buy them at Amazon. I think you can get them at your Dick's Sporting Goods and your Sports Authorities too. They're good for just about camping and tents and garages and sheds. They're terrific if you've got to do some work on your car in the winter time in the garage. My God. To heat this thing will heat up a... we got a 24 by 24 size garage, and it'll heat that garage up not too much time, and you'll be sweating. So it saved us. It really did save us, and it kept us warm through some rough times. And I just wanted to share this with you. It also has a tip-over safety shut-off, and like I said, it has a low oxygen safety shut-off, because if you carbon monoxide, basically the propane, what it would do is it takes the oxygen out of the air. It starts to make it harder to breathe, and then eventually it would kill you if you were sleeping. But this supposedly has a low oxygen safety shut-off, so it's safe. It says right here, portable indoor safe. But you still, not to beat a dead horse, you know me, when it comes to safety, you really have to use it still responsibly, guys, alright? I wouldn't recommend shutting a bedroom door and putting this thing on and going to sleep. I wouldn't trust that it would shut off. But if you used it like we did responsibly, you know, we put it in the kitchen for 20 minutes, the living room, 20, each bedroom, and it heated up the house and kept us warm. But anyways, I just wanted to share this with you. We've had a couple of little tragedies in the New England area. We had a hurricane and a tornado, and we had some power outages, so we're getting prepared for the next time. You know, I have another item I'll show you, but I'm going to make that in another video down the road. That's just basically a grill for cooking, but Anyways, I thank you for watching, and I hope that this gives you some ideas and helped you out a little bit. And we'll talk to you soon.